Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Damon, this is Dame Over, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about team balancing in Battlefield 5. I've been noticing a big lack of it for quite a long time, and it's a very hot topic of discussion at the moment. This is potentially a game-breaking problem, and I'll talk you through why it's making players put down their controllers and step away from their keyboards already, and while it will only get worse if it's not fixed. So if you find this video useful or entertaining, make sure you've hit that like button, and if you're new around here and you want to keep up to date with more Battlefield 5 content, hit the subscribe button too. I'll start by showing you some examples of the massive team imbalances that I've experienced. Here are just a few of the end-around scoreboards that I've seen over the past week and a bit, and these aren't the only examples I've got. It's something that's being talked about a lot on the forums, in videos. I see comments about it all the time, where one team has the run of things for game after game, while the opposing team gets trashed every single time, but nothing changes. There is no rebalance even between games, and if there is a particular squad that's carrying that team, when they leave, the whole situation gets flipped on its head. Now, I assumed that team balancing and skill-based matchmaking would be in Battlefield 5 in a relatively similar way that they were in Battlefield 1, but as far as I can tell, there's only skill-based matchmaking present, and it's kind of to a limited degree. The skill of the lobbies appears to be higher overall if you are a higher skill player, but with a clearly broken skill level system, the result is that only a couple of players on each team are getting high scores and high kill counts. But thanks to that non-existent team balancer, these players remain on that same team, absolutely dominating the competition until someone has had enough and decides to quit the game. Not only does it mean most players in the lobby are solidly stuck on the struggle bus, it can really often result in either incredibly short games, or they get drawn out so much that they are really long, often going until the timer counts all the way down, because the majority of the players in the lobby simply aren't playing in a way that affects the result of the game. Players are often leaving games because they are stuck on the losing team, and I don't think you can really blame them. Who wants to play for a couple of hours losing every single game no matter how well you play? I think we should start a hashtag that will trend, not my balance field. Anyway, skill-based matchmaking and team balancing have broken games before. Destiny was the first game where I experienced it firsthand, and it pretty much killed the game off. A massive amount of dedicated players stopped playing the Crucible because it was just unbearable. Battlefield 1 had similar issues with skill-based matchmaking and team balancing. You'd often get swapped to the losing team if you'd done well in the last game or two, regardless of whether your overall skill level was actually appropriate for that to happen. And very often you literally could not find a lobby on game modes you'd played on and done well in for a long time. It's almost like being punished for trying to get better at the game. In the last 8 months of Battlefield 1, I could not find a single game that was full in domination, my most played game mode, and if I ever did find that, the connection would be so awful it would be about as sweaty as an Ann Summers party in a convent. Battlefield 5 is not playing like it was intended to for so many reasons, as we all know. There's an alarming amount of core elements to the game that appear like they've had very little work done to them in terms of the gameplay itself, but the team balancing oversight just rubs even more salt into the wound. A fun game that's buggy isn't ideal, but people will come back and play it. Make that buggy experience boring, like the team balancing is, and your player base will just find something better to play. I've been as positive as I can be about the game. I always try to go in with a level head and enjoy the experience, because there are some positive parts to it. But this issue is almost one too far for me. I also don't like to put out negative content. Video games are meant to be fun, but at this point, I can't ignore it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm teetering on the edge of losing my patience with Battlefield 5. With the release of Apex Legends the other day, an entirely free-to-play game that is incredibly fun, incredibly polished, and hey, did I mention it's incredibly free? Apex Legends is AAA quality gaming, but without the price tag, and Battlefield 5 is basically an alpha you had to pay £60 for. It's not really surprising the player base is dropping off as rapidly as it is. DICE, it's time to sort this out. But that's just what I've experienced. What do you guys think about team balancing in Battlefield 5? Make sure you let me know your experiences down in the comments below. And here's a quick thank you to my Dame operatives, those of you supporting the channel through Patreon. It's because of you guys that I can make content as often as I do, and hopefully with a bit more support I can start doing this full-time in the future. So if you want to become a patron yourself, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment where, if you'd like to, you can help support the channel from as little as $1 a month. So if you had a good time, make sure you've hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button too. Don't forget the bell button for notifications so you don't miss any future posts. And as always, share this video wherever you like. Until next time, that's Dame Over. Peace.